But if I let you go, I would never know what my life would be holding you close to me. Will I ever see you smiling back at me? Ooh, how would I know if I let you go? Hi, welcome back to Perfectly Posa podcast. You are listening to Posa herself. I am your host. That song has such an undying space in my heart because I'm singing to myself. It reminds me that if I let go of sight of me, if I let go of who I am, and how would I know the infinite possibility, the infinite representation of myself? I've been doing a lot of moving around, and I think I'm getting to know myself more as I'm being thrown in situations where I've got to be who I say I am. I cannot shrink into what the society can handle. I cannot be who will not cause noise. I cannot be my niece so that every other person can be or feel easy around me. You've got to take me. I'm learning. I know that you've got to be better. But where I'm at now, I know that I'm doing well. So no, I refuse to shrink. I refuse to be less of who I am. So, yes, I know that it sounds a lot like last week's talk about energy. But I would say that my journey this week has brought all of that back into focus for me. I have had to live by my words. I have had having to close so many cycles and begin new ones and see things in different perspectives, and knowing that you don't need outside validation to be yourself. So don't worry, I'll take you through this week's journey. So that had to be said. In this past week, I have been ending cycles and beginning new ones. You could say that I have been traveling a lot. I visited my alma mater, took the train ride, visited my grandparents, and my home, my childhood home. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to start with a train ride. So stay tuned. I had to go to Asaba in Delta State, and I decided to take the train ride because I've heard a lot about it. And I can tell you that while it may be a little bit stressful because there's no direct line from Abuja to Asaba, I can tell you that the ride was eventful. I got to communicate with different people, talk to different people, and I feel like it's a lot safer. And so if you haven't taken the train ride, I cannot explain it to you. You've just got to feel it yourself. Take a ride. You don't have to be going anywhere. You can just take the shortest ride from your space to another space and feel it and then come back. I'm sure it will be an adventure for you. So in Asaba, I got to go to my secondary school, my alma mater, and woof, boy, was that closing a chapter. It was good to go back as an adult and see it in a whole different light. You know, when you are in boarding school, you feel like every problem that you face right there is big, is huge, is life-threatening, is life-ending. You feel suffocated. You feel like the world is wicked. Why are my teachers so mean? Why do they have to control my every breath? I mean, there's time to wake up. There's time to have your bath. There's time to go eat. There's time to go to school. There's time to read. There's time to sleep. Everything feels control and feels like you're not in control of your own life. And it was just good to go back and see that was just a training ground. They had to be hard on us to train us for what life got to do. I can tell you that some of you are still living in boarding school. You may be free, you may have control of your own time, but you are living life like someone is still controlling you. I mean, if you're still dependent on outside validation, still thinking yourself to fit what people say. You've got to be still living your life like it's someone else's, not taking the reign, not taking control and leading your life. Then in some sort of way you're still in boarding school. You've got to go back. You've got to remember your purpose. You've got to remember who you said you were going to be when you were 2, when you were 3. That simple pleasure of life, that's where your calling is. So it was good. I got to see some of my teachers. I got to pick up my certificates and just close that chapter. I went with a friend, so we took out about 15 minutes to walk around school, remember things, talk about those wicked seniors, those punishments, those hard times, what we thought were hard times. And my friend said something. She said that the problem these children are facing right now, because we saw students, right? And it feels like it's so big that now she can tell that this is the tiniest problem they would ever have in their life. They looked at all the stars and they were screaming, "Oh, senior ex-student." And she was laughing because she remembered when she was in that position again. And I remembered, wishing, "Oh my God, I can't wait to leave this school and just to be like this senior, living her life." Man, if I could sit down and talk to them, I'll tell them to savor every minute of their teenage life because they're never getting it back. So they've got to live happy and enjoy even the punishment, the suffering, the lack, when your probation finishes and it feels like the world is about to end. I would tell them to savor it, but they wouldn't listen. And then I got to go home. I traveled to my hometown. I got to see my grandma. That's the first time I've seen her since 5 years when my mom got to see. And I can tell you it was such a touching journey. It was good to see her, feel her, love her while she's still alive. She wouldn't always be here. And I'm coming to terms that life is. So I got to see her, I got to see my dad. I got to step into my childhood home. I tried doing that about 2 years back, and when I got to the home where I lived with my mom, I just broke down. At the entrance, I broke down. I couldn't handle it. I was crying. I wasn't crying, I was rolling, like just weeping, breaking down. Imagine going back to your home. Yeah, I have never ever seen that home without my home, and I couldn't. But you know what? When I went back this time around, I went into the room, I went through her things, I went through her picture, and I could just savor the memory. I could just remember her for who she was and look at her things, and I could feel it. My dad has done such a great job keeping her memory alive in that home, doing things as she would because they were good processes, keeping some of her treasured things. I saw this chef that had her ceramics and fancy stuff way before floating chef came in. My mom had a floating chef that she ordered from the UK because she liked it. And my father was like, I have to keep those items well though, because the woman, she loves it. I said, yeah, she loved them and took care of them like they were humans. So it was good. Was it sad? Yes. Did I cry? Of course I did. I'm a cry baby. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful to just be in her space and know that it's okay to remember her. It's okay to cry sometimes. But now is the time to live in her memory. So that was another chapter closed. And I'm glad to be closing all of these chapters because what that means is that I've got new chapters ahead of me, right? Now, I'm in a city where it feels like I cannot be all of me because that might not sit well with people. And, I just couldn't be less. I couldn't not be who I am because I'm in a different city. You've got to shift. You've got to shift around your perspective to accommodate me, not the other way around. So that has been a huge test for me. And I don't know how many other people are out there who feel, I can be more, but I've got to wait till I'm in a society and accept who I am. See, let me break that bubble, let me bust it. If you cannot be perfectly you, the society that you are in right now, you would not shine in a higher society, in a developed society, because you will still go into the society and wonder, who am I? How dare me say I can be this? See all of these people already being themselves, and you will still be shrinking. It is not the responsibility of the society to give you an easy way out. It is your responsibility to take hold of it. It is your responsibility to decide that I will be the entirety of me. Are you wondering how to live the entirety of you? Well, I think I've got a clue to help you. It's by living every phase, every cycle to the fullest, absolute fullest. Taking the bad, the good, and the ugly. Learning from it. Savoring it. The difficult times and the happy moments. Live it. When you are 19, be 19. When you are 25, be 25. Understand the challenges that come with each level and know that it only takes you to the next level. It only takes you to the next level. Just leave it. Complete it. Don't try to skip it. Don't try to outmaneuver the universe. Don't try to be too smart about it. Don't look for the shortcuts. Don't look for them. Just to the fullest, right? So that you can be ready to move on to the next level when it comes. And please, every next level, every new level has its own challenges. Stop expecting that because, I did some challenges last year, 2022, nothing. Really? You're just begging for it to happen. I mean, it's a new level, it's a new phase. You're going to be 22 once, you're going to be 35 once, you're going to be 16 once. So, of course, at that level, it feels so big. But leave it, understand it, learn from it, enjoy it, so that you can complete that cycle and move on to the next one. And before I leave, because I'm coming to the end of this podcast, I just want to say that for parents or aspiring parents to be, please, if you have to send your child to boarding school, listen to them, make them comfortable, and make them know that you've got their back enough for them to come tell you what they're facing in school. Explain to them why you have to take them to the boarding school. Don't make them feel like you're just dumping them, and because you don't want them around and they don't have a say in you. Have a discussion with them, because I realize that most people who leave that 6 years or that 3 years of their life in boarding school go through a lot, and some of them may come out depressed and bullied or be the bully, mostly because they don't really understand why they are there. And that's your job, that's your duty as their parent, to explain to them what you think they would achieve from going through that process. Okay, please don't just one person. Alright, so enough of that. I will be leaving you here. Once again, I'm going to remind you that we got our playlist for the month of February up. You can find it on my Instagram bio at Posa and myself. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment. I'm still open to suggestions. I am still taking shout outs. So until I talk to you again next week, Thursday, keep being perfectly you.